The last thing we have to do for our layout here is we need to mark where these tabs are going to go here. And those come off 3/4 of an inch from my bend on my side here. So I can put a mark there. We can still use the marking gauge here. But if I line my zero up right on the corner of this long side, and I put my tick mark at 3/4 of an inch here, okay, I can figure out what my measurement is going to be here in order to set my marking gauge. So my measurement from here to where my tab is here is actually going to be 1 1/8. Okay, let's do that. We're going to set, okay, that's an easy way of doing the math there. So I'm going to set my marking gauge here to 1 1/8, and that gives me my 3/4 inch tab. I'm going to label this tab here. So I'm going to put a tab here. I'm going to have one here. This is just so I don't accidentally cut these parts off. I know I need to have my tabs, and this is what we're going to fold over in order to put our fasteners and hold our box together. And my tab here. Okay. And these are our hems. And these are our sides. And this is our bottom. All right, so let's do that. We're going to set our marking gauge to 1 1/8. Let's bring it in here. Here's my 1 inch. Okay, 1/8 is going to be 2 little lines over from that. See if I can get a decent view on here. And it looks okay. It's kind of splitting that line. Okay, I got to tighten that down, and I'm going to line this up and see, does that tooth? Yep. The tooth goes right on the little line here, and I only have to do the tabs from here up, okay, or here down, and here, basically where I wrote the word tab, right? Make sure you don't have your finger here where it catches your finger, the nail, and here, and on the bottom. Okay. Before I draw those out with my marker, I'm just going to double check. And this one moved on me a little bit. This one, they all did. So, oh no, it's 1 1/8. Shoot. Yep. So my set screw came loose a little bit on this side. So I'm going to go back, double set that, and check that one more time. That looks better. And here. And I'm going to double check. Yep, these are good on here, but these two had to be adjusted. So this closer line is actually my 3/4 inch line. Never feel bad about double checking your work. I'm going to use my marker and set the correct one here. Okay. Here's my correct line here, and here's my correct line there. And let's do that on this side as well. I only have one scratch line that I have to worry about over here. So top and bottom. All right, so we have our tabs brought out. Now we just have to do this 1/4 inch taper on here. I'm just going to do this with the ruler. I think that's going to be the easiest. I'm going to go, you can see my little scratch line there. So from this bottom hem line, I'm going to come in 1/4 inch. And from here, I'm going this way 1/4 inch to 1 1/8. 1 1/4. So 1/4 inch. Same thing here. From the 0 over to 1/4, it's fine here. And 1 1/2, I can go backwards 1/4. It's the same thing. Okay, if that makes sense. Same distance. Do it on the other side, right here on this line. And remember, we want these looking like little ears sticking out of our sides. Okay, so here's our sides. So that's what we're going to trim down. Put my ruler on here. Here's my little 1/4, and here's my 1/4. Connect your lines so they look like this. 1, 2. Okay. And this is what we mean by kind of little ears, right? comes out and down and almost a little bit rounded over. We don't want to have it going the other way where they're getting fatter instead of skinnier when we cut those out. Same thing on this side. Here's the point here. I'm going to connect these this way. So there's one. Here's two. I like these real fine tip markers for layout here, but if you're going to use these, you got to make sure there's no oil on your sheet metal because it will wreck the marker real fast and not press really hard. So this gives us some nice cuts where we're going to get rid of. So I'm going to put some X's in here where we have waste. So this is going to get all cut out here. Okay. I don't have to worry about this. This is cut out. This is cut out. Okay. But we saved this. Okay. We saved this one. We saved this. So I'm going to write him on here. So we remember to save this. Okay. Same thing here. Him. Don't accidentally cut that off. This one I had marked. But from the side, we trim those off. Okay. So I get rid of this little part in here, this little angle, and then this is where it cuts so that our piece looks like this. Does that make sense? Okay. So when we cut this out, we're cutting out all of this area, and we're going to be left with our hems and our sides. So that is a wrap for our layout. We're going to come back then. The next phase of our project is how to cut these. Okay, we can do all of the cuts with our metal snips, or we can also use the corner notcher for getting some of these 90-degree angles in here and making it go a little bit faster. So join me in a future video and we will do that. I'm going to call that a wrap for today though, and I'll come back and record that on a separate day. Thanks for joining me in today's build, and we look forward to seeing how your project turns out.